Welcome back to the channel of the Windsurf Coach. It's great to have you back on the channel. This time I have a video for you guys of some equipment which should allow you to make really awesome looking footage of yourself windsurfing, windfoiling or winging using the ZEUS foil harness stick. I'm gonna test it for you guys with the optional belt. You can mount the harness stick onto the belt really easily with 2 straps and then you're set to go. I'm gonna do the test with the ZEUS harness stick, windsurfing and winging, and I'm gonna use my GoPro. So as you can see, this has a GoPro mount on it. I think you can switch it also for other cameras. As you can also see, there is a little rope that will allow you to secure your GoPro to the stick and the harness. I have the line extended a little bit with a loop that goes into my regular harness or onto my flotation vest, just in case. Let's see what kind of footage this harness stick will provide. First test, windsurfing, wind speed 30 to 35 knots. It looks like I've grown a tail, but let's see what footage it brings. First impression of the footage is that it looks pretty awesome. It looks like I have a drone following me all the time and everywhere. Really cool. Here I'm using the optional belt, and I first put on the belt with the stick and then my harness over it. As all of the pressure of the harness is on my back and hips, you can now feel the belt with the clips underneath it. Normally you wouldn't need the belt, but as I'm using a seat harness, I cannot just strap on the harness stick with the straps. At a certain point I had the feeling that the GoPro and the stick were just dangling behind me. It appeared that the straps that hold the harness stick in place on your harness or on the belt had come loose. Every little now and then you see something black in view and I don't know what it is, but now I figured it out. It's a piece of the safety rope that is just in front of the camera lens, so I should tie that down as well. After the GoPro has hit the water a few times, you can see the stick in view now. That means that the stick and the camera are not perfectly aligned anymore. So next time I should tighten the screw that holds the GoPro a bit more. The GoPro 360 and the stick should be aligned like this to avoid having the stick in view. If you don't have a 360 camera but just a regular GoPro or something, you will have the stick in view and the footage will look like this. I think it's still worth it. And yes, it absolutely works windsurfing. Let's try it with a wing. Okay, I learned from my mistakes in the first session This time I'm gonna give the ZEUS harness stick to Isabella and let her play around with it a bit. After 10 minutes Isabella already wanted to switch because she didn't like the feel of having a camera mounted on a long stick that is upsetting her balance a little bit, as she's still learning how to wing foil jibe and she wants to focus on that. With the optional belt it was actually really easy to swap on the water. For wing foiling this works perfectly for me. I don't need my regular harness, so I just strap on the ZEUS belt and I'm ready to go. As a bonus, the belt can be perfectly combined with my flotation vest. And it feels far more comfortable as my regular harness is not interfering with the belt. It took me one session to find out that I needed to tighten the screw that holds the GoPro and to hold that GoPro aligned with the stick. Besides that, I added a knot to the straps so they don't loosen up. And finally I stashed away the loose end from the safety rope. I'm really happy with the result. I really like the footage. It's really easy to adjust the angle of the stick to create a different point of view. If I compare the footage of this session to the first session, it looks much better. No stick in view, no safety rope in view, and it feels also much more comfortable. This is perfect. If you use a waist harness windsurfing and you strap on the ZEUS harness stick to that one, it will be just as comfortable as I'm riding right now with this belt. I think the main problem I had here was that I was using a seat harness combined with the belt. Well, it's time to review the ZEUS harness stick after using it windfoiling and windsurfing. Of course, you don't need the belt, especially not if you're gonna use it windsurfing with a waist harness. Top part, you have to make sure it is tight. Really align your Insta or your GoPro 360 with the harness stick, otherwise you will see the stick in your image. Halfway the stick there is an extra stabilization that comes with a special rope to attach it to something else, but I never used it. Check the screws every little now and then. Hooks that hold on to the belt and the clips inside. You do feel them, especially when you have the belt fitted under your harness. I know that when I'm gonna sail with a harness stick and a camera, I always have some slight inconvenience. It's absolutely worth the trouble if you get that awesome footage. What about the straps that hold the stick in place? Came loose, so I added an extra knot to make sure they don't slip. For security, I absolutely use the safety rope. If you go out windsurfing every little now and then and you're just looking for a nice picture or a nice video of yourself in action, just ask somebody else to take that photo or make that video. If you're looking for those different angles and always working with those action cams, this is absolutely a must-have. Was the footage great? I thought it was pretty awesome, so yes, I'm definitely gonna hold on to this and I'm gonna use it a lot more. I do hope you liked this review of the ZEUS harness stick. If you did, of course, please leave a like and let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel of the Windsurf Coach so you don't have to miss out on any of the action. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time. See you on the water.